tobacco. Oh, there is a tobacco.
You know, you make it hard to hunt buck with all that caterwauling. The only deer left in Sherwood are the ones that are deaf.
But I'm just trying to confuse them, Robin. They'll think we're traveling minstrels. Then, when they all gather in their circle to hear my sweet song, so off go the arrows, on come the plates of venison.
Will, I can't deny it. It's a wonderful idea. And to make it even better, what say we lay out some cushions and chairs, a table full of fruit, and set up a ticket stand?
You're making fun of me. You're making fun of me, aren't you? I come up with the ideas, and you make fun of me.
Yes, and it's an excellent idea, assuming the king's deer are as stupid as he is.
I see what you mean. Not likely.
No.
Bloody stupid King John. You know, if Richard the Lion-Hearted hadn't died...
I know! Bloody inconsiderate, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Come on, Will. Not on an empty stomach. Look at what happens to you.
Well, feed me some venison then, if you're so bothered.
Shh. I think I just might. Who is she? Do you know her?
Just another poor Saxon looking for breakfast.
Aye. She's different, though. I think I'd like to meet her.
Oh, no. Not the rescue.
The rescue. I should appear in the best possible light, don't you think?
A beautiful maiden, and she's alone. What luck! Satan must be smiling today. How fortunate for me. How unfortunate for you. You will rue the day you met up with the Baron Hardankles.
What if I don't feel like ruing?
Yeah!
What are you doing?
Yeah!
Would you mind telling me what you're doing?
What? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing. You so want to know so much. Now will I, the Baron Hardankles, pluck me forth a fresh flower of Saxon maidenhood? Say your prayers, for who will save you now?
Go ahead and try. I'm waiting.
You're waiting? Waiting for what?
Go ahead and pluck if you're going to pluck.
Well, yes, but you really should resist.
Hold, O thou Norman piglet! Ravish not this, fair maiden, for I have 3 feet of cold steel shall make a sieve of thee!
Let him come, it's fine.
No, it's no trouble, really.
Saxon dog! Who art thou that thou wouldst cross me in battle so?
Vile chicken-headed thing! My name shall be thy last knowledge in life, for men call me Robin Hood. Yes! Cringe! And pray now to whatever deity watches over the swine of Norman knighthood, if any, take that! Yeah, the loathsome hound of hell!
Oh, I am slain!
It is done.
Live no longer!
It is finished. I die. You're dead, yes. He shall trouble you no longer, fair Saxon maid.
He didn't trouble me at all. He didn't even touch me. All he did was yell a lot.
Yes, frightening. But once again I am forced to take a life, yea, a wretched, depraved, meaningless life, but a life nonetheless.
There's no blood on your sword.
What?
There's no blood on your sword. It's clean.
Why, the bloodless wretch! Typical Norman, wouldn't you know? Thinner than water.
Well, I think I've had enough entertainment for one day. Thank you, good Riding Hood.
Robin?
Riding Robin, yes. Good day.
Well, I can hardly let you go unescorted. I didn't save that pretty neck of yours to have it slit as soon as you enter the wood.
But I've been so looking forward to that. Now how am I to have my pretty neck slit if you keep tagging after me? Or my eyes put out?
Lovely eyes.
Or my head chopped off?
A magnificent head.
It should be. It's the head of a Norman. A wretched, depraved, meaningless Norman, which is what I happen to be.
Oh, right there. Well. I don't know which one of you take mad at him, but you're both coming in with me. The sheriff will decide.
Now see here, I'm not going anywhere. Do you know who I am? I'm Marion Harper, Chief Lady in Waiting to Her Majesty Queen Eleanor herself.
Oh, yes. Well, pardon us, Lady Marion, for not recognizing you there. Well, look. You'll be happy to see we brought Queen Eleanor with us. Say hello, Eleanor. Hello.
And I'm lovely Eleanor Joy. We should all get together for tea later on.
Well, wait. Let's have some right now.
I warn you, you're making a dangerous mistake.
I'll arrest you in the name of the Lord High Sheriff of Nottingham and Nottinghamshire. And whose would you now trespass?
Look, this has gone far enough. We'll get up. The joke's over. Will? Look, it was just a joke. Will, get up now and show the royal forces you're alive so they won't kill us. Look, this is ridiculous. That's my friend, Will Gamwell. We were just out hunting deer when we happened to...
That was right.
Hunting the kings there, huh? Well, we won't have to take you in after all.
You won't.
No. We'll line you right there.
I have special permission to hunt the king's deer.
You have special permission to spread wings and fly away.
I see. So we're supposed to go hungry then, is that it? Well, if I can't fill my bellies, I'll just have to fill yours instead. Ha ha ha. So who's going to be first? My fat little friends?
Who is going to be first?
None of us, you twins. We all rush in together.
Well, it's about time you rejoin the living.
Sorry, Robin. I'll just leave all the hangover.
Well, how do you feel now?
Rested and ready to go.
Good. It's time to carve up the king's fat, juicy venison. Ha-ha!
Bloody hell, come on!
Hello.
I suggest you two take time out from laughing to go hide somewhere. The Sheriff of Nottingham has a wicked reputation.
I'm sure her ladyship must have learned that in the court sometime.
That's my advice. Take it or leave it, Saxon.
And what about you? You weren't exactly dancing with your man.
Fortunately, they didn't believe I'm who I am. In which case, the only name they have is yours, Will Gamwell.
What is wrong with this terrace? Why doesn't it look right? Oh, here I have King John coming, and the most important part of my castle, the place where I receive, entertain, transact, destroy, it just doesn't look right to me, no matter what I do. Maybe it's too austere. More tapestries? No, I don't want it to look cluttered. Is something out of place? I just can't put my finger on it.
You are much too worrisome, my Lord Sheriff. I do swear I can see raw nerve endings jutting from your temples like tiny pennants waving in the wind. I've seen this before. Your face will turn bright plum, the tendons bunching like a pack of dogs wrestling for meat, while the veins in your throat start rippling like some loathsome congregation of worms. In Hereford we have a saying, the only thing hotter than the heat is the fire.
And from whom did you glean that pearl of wisdom, my Lord Bishop?
Well, of course, that's not actually a saying, in that no one actually said that. Although, I'm sure I heard it somewhere. In fact, I might have even said it myself. The point I'm trying to make is, things could always be worse. Therefore, we must continue to remain calm like me through all manner of storms, floods, volcanic interruptions, and visits from King John, all of which come under the heading Great Forces of Nature. Do not shrink from greatness, but rise up to meet it.
What is wrong with this room?
Grasp it by the royal antlers, so to speak, look him squarely in the eyes and proclaim...
It is you! It is you that is wrong with this room! That's it! That's it! Oh, I am content now!
You see, there they go, those horrible veins.
Shut up! Shut up, Hereford!
Like throbbing blue caterpillars.
Finally, I found the source of this disorder. Everything else in this room is quite pleasing, you know. The decor is positively scrupulous. But you are always there, spewing your words like noxious gas, like some sort of lazy lunatic grandmother.
Now the blood is boiling, swelling your head, until like an overripe melon it can do naught but explode. Then you really have to worry about the appearance of the room. Unless, of course, King John is taken with the idea of sheriff's brains as decorative regalia, a thought I find as amusing as it is revolting.
And would you put that fruit down, stuffing it into your great mouth one after another like some obscene denizen of the ocean's bottom?
Well, don't put them out then.
My lord.
Not now, Hilton!
Did the fruit go bad?
Oh, stuff the fruit!
My liege,
Your Majesty.
rise. Rise, my lord sheriff, rise to wealth, to fame, to your own barony. But first rise to patience. Rise to tolerance and understanding. It is therein that greatness lies. Can we defeat an enemy we don't understand? I think not. No more than we can win the respect and loyalty of valuable friends through hostile bullying and infantile rages. If you plant fear in people, you only fuel their instinct for self-preservation. And believe you me, there is no disease more dangerous among the servile. They are so impressionable. Soldiers, cooks, bookkeepers, pieces of clay waiting for the right hands. But they must be sensitive hands, else the art becomes malformed. Given the proper care, however, and they will gladly die for you. with complete trust in their master. He need but bid them enter the hideous jaws of death, and they will march proudly and unflagging to their doom, and to their respective hereafters.
If His Majesty thinks for a moment that I'm going to mollycoddle the monkeys and buffoons I'm supplied with, he is sadly mistaken. I find it difficult enough not bludgeoning my Lord Bishop, never mind the bloody cook.
You will be quite civil to my Lord Bishop. Herefordshire is an important part of my power. Now, I realize that a complete transformation of one's innate temperament does not happen overnight. You have 1 week. Now, on to more important matters.
Are there any?
Oh dear. Well, we certainly know there are more important matters. For instance, in the area of tax collection. We seem to be meeting a little resistance there, are we not?
Why, there's not a county in the realm.
No. We are not meeting a little resistance. We are meeting a lot of resistance.
Since the last tax increase, tax collection has become the single largest expenditure in the kingdom.
You're telling me that? You're telling me that? You're barely breaking even, and you're telling me that?
I'm telling you because you don't seem to be aware of the cost and difficulty involved.
Nottinghamshire's breaking records in tax resistance, is it not?
Well, I haven't charted the rest of the kingdom. I have more important things to do.
Nothing! Nothing is more important to me than income! "4 years ago, when my brother the Lionheart had the good sense to die, he also had the good sense to place the crown on my head. When I look in the mirror, I see a crown. But do I see a king? No. At least not while Eleanor still lives. My mother not only has more power and more glamour, she also has the support of the barons. Without money, and without the support of the barons, I cannot execute my fondest desire, the invasion of my former ally, Philip of France. Only then will the true King of England stare back at me from the mirror. My mother, I'll deal with later. The taxes we'll deal with now, my Lord Sheriff."
You know what Nottinghamshire's like. We have much more than our share of troublemakers and vagrants.
Oh, I don't know. They seem to be everywhere, like insects. I swear I can hardly ride through the streets without being forced to gaze upon disagreeable faces. And me, a man of God. Do they bow to me? No. There's all these raised heads. I swear the only time they lower their heads is when they're sucking on a horse trough. In fact, my horse shows me more reverence. I had a man whipped yesterday for cursing in my presence. Cursing, mind you. He dropped something on his foot, an axe or something, and set forth with a litany of such foul vulgarity that it was enough to make even my Lord Sheriff blush.
Stop!
I do say.
I'm sure you have your fair share of rabble too, Hereford. But nowhere do they seem to thrive with such robust abandon as they do under my Lord Sheriff's nose.
I have just instituted harsher penalties.
Let me see your books.
I have barely instituted these measures. You can't expect them to have taken effect already. Am I to magically transform the temperament of an entire county along with my own? Perhaps I will offer them a prize. Yes, that's it. A new horse if you pay your taxes on time. Or how about a tour of the bishop's castle? Yes, one look at that bejeweled lump over there ought to inspire them.
Talk he to me thus, and yet he lives. The man begs to be put to death. "Here's my head," he says. And yet such is my patience and my understanding that here the man stands, knowing he tread close to the river of death, and found the gentle bridge I laid out for him. The rest of your life, Sheriff, will be your lesson and my gift.
Hilton!
Good, my lord.
Fetch the books! I have given permission to the Royal Foresters to perform on-the-spot executions. Well, provided I get the heads, of course.
Take the heads. Keep the heads. Make them into flower pots if you like. I want their money.
Yes.
My lord, Rakan Hazel is here to see you. He says it's urgent.
Not now, Hilton. Can't you see we're in the middle of something very important?
No, it's fine. Give me a chance to peruse them.
My lord, what's in bed?
My dear Rakan.
Sheriff, are you feeling all right?
Yes, I'm fine. Why would you... What is your business?
It's not good. One of the foresters is dead.
Dead? How?
Well, with these two men and this woman, see, and they was playing this game, and one of them wasn't really dead, see, and I went down
What?
to smoke. They was hunting the king's deer. We tried to arrest them, but they got away. One of the foresters died from his wounds.
Who were they? I want names.
One of them was named Will Gumwell. He's the one who did our man. And the woman, she was a real corker. Tried to tell us she was Marian Harper, lady to Queen Eleanor.
Queen Eleanor. How could you let these... Never mind. I will issue a warrant for this Will Gamwell. Find out who the others are.
I'm told this Gamwell likes to frequent the Blue Boar Inn at Lincoln.
Blue Boar Inn. That strikes a bell. Let me see. Ah, yes. The Blue Boar. Extremely obstinate in their collections. Perhaps a visit to Lincoln is in order.
Make me a wealthy man, and I'll make you a baron.
Huh? Hold there, good man. Why don't you, hold a moment there and let me cross before you mount the log. There's a good lad. Hop, hop, hop! Excuse me! Good gentlemen, do you see what you are doing? But look at what you are doing. See, that's not quite what I had in mind. If you start your great bulk across, I'll be forced to wait here, on the other side, and play witness to your lumbering progress. Now, ordinarily, I'd only be too happy to sit there and take a nap while you waddle along. But, as it is, I'm on my way to the Blue Boar Inn, where I'm hoping to find a certain lady there. And you know what they say about a lady in waiting. They don't. Yes. Well, if you excuse me then. Man of few words. Are you a man of action? Go away. Go. Oh, I get it. Perhaps you're a poor dumb fellow. Can you speak? Come on, little fella. Speak. Speak. Well, maybe you're deaf, too. You poor, poor brute. But alas, today is your lucky day. For Robin Hood has taken pity on you and digging deep into my pocket to come up with tuppence. Ooh, tuppence. Get the coin, little fella. Fetch the coin. You bloody stupid oaf.
I'm not deaf. I'm not dumb. I won't go. And I spit on your tuppence.
Oh, I see, thou mighty oaf. Oak, I meant to say. Well, this is a problem. You won't back off the log. Was that a yes or a no?
I'd much rather you step aside, little man. I've had more than enough sport for one day.
Well, how about a little archery?
What are you going to do? Shoot me with your bow and arrow?
Well, yes, I suppose I'll have to.
Well, ain't that right sporting of you? Shooting a man with a bow and arrow who's armed with only a quarterstaff.
A what? Oh, you mean your stick? Is that what that is?
Yes, feel it with your head.
Oh, that's all right, thank you.
Go ahead. I insist.
All right, my poor old friend. I suppose I can't just shoot you. Never let it be said, Robin Hood is not a fair man. Wait here a moment.
Shall I sit down for a while?
I'm coming, my slow-witted dull thing. Aha! There! Now we can. Hold a moment! Did you take a step forward?
I did not move an inch.
Oh, come on now, you little elf. Tell the truth. You did take a step forward. A little one?
Call you me a liar, you?
Call you me a liar, you? Or if you attack me like you do the King's English, I bet to be on my toes.
I would have known you'd speak the King's English, you bloody Norman.
Norman! Look, I've been patient with you, friend. Prepare yourself for a fine drubbing. Your stomach will make an excellent laundry bag. Ha ha ha. Ha! Oh. Hi-ya! Ha ha! Oh! Ah! Oh! 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 Hey! Ha! Oh! Oh! Hey!
Whoa!
Ha-ha! Oh!
Don't worry, lad. I'll make sure your mother gets both your ears.
My mother? My mother's dead. She died last week.
I'm sorry, fellow. I did not know. Oh! Yeah!
Boy, you're a thick block of wood, aren't you?
Ah!
Oh! So that's a quarterstaff.
I must admit you took your drubbing like a man.
Well, give me a hand then. Had a fall, did ya? Yes, I had a... Well, thrashing's more like it, if you must know. Headed to the Blue Ball? Aye. Say, why don't you join us, friend? Let me buy you an ale.
No man buys an ale for John Little of Mansfield. What's funny? Mansfield?
No, Little. I'm Robin Hood of Locksley. This is Will Gam...
Scarlet. Will Scarlet's the name.
Well, I suppose all this unnecessary gabbin's worked me up a proper thirst.
Aye. Well, let's off then.
Little John.
Alan Adele, brilliantly danced. You have feet like ancient crabs.
Keep drinking, Mush. You're starting to make sense.
Then maybe you've had too much Arthur of land.
Well, I have, and not a tooth in my head fears ale. You shin bones, you cat guts, you onion eaters.
He's a prince, isn't he?
Well, next to you, madam, I'm the king of cow.
Come on, Ellen. Let's slip away a bit. I'll play a tune.
Oh no, Alan. We'll be married in a week. You can wait for that tune.
No, that's not what I meant. I mean, yes, but no.
Father warned me about you traveling minstrels.
Well, I won't be traveling anymore.
Oh, Alan, why can't you get a real job like a miller or a tanner?
Alan, why, just a moment ago, a fellow was telling me that pretty soon, minstrel's gonna be worth a fortune round here. Every lyric dropping like gold from their lips.
Fellow? What fellow?
Good little fellow. Right there goes himself Lord Croup.
Oh, Alan, that's Much the miller. He means well, but, well, he's given to...
Great imagination.
Yes.
Well, that's what you need, Ellen. Imagination. That's what gets you places. For instance now, the barons are all raising their rents, right? That gives them more money for entertainment, right? And who do they hire for entertainment? Minstrels.
And who is it that pays the rent in the first place?
Well, that's all right. With the extra work, we'll be able to pay the increased rent.
Catherine, love, fetch you more bread, will ya?
Come on, eat 'em and entertaining the customers.
Well, let me do that and you pump the ale.
No, I wouldn't like that nearly as much, I think.
3 ales, keep. Yeah, I'm thirsty. Make it 4.
5,
6.
7, 8. Sold, I concede you one fair and square.
What'd I win?
I don't know.
This fella's got a loose bowstring.
Sir, I'm not an archer, and I never profess to be. I'm Much the miller.
Funny, you don't look like much to me.
Oh, sir, I'm very disappointed. Think you're the first to make a jest on my good name? Well, every bumpkin in Lincoln has done that. You are evidently a simple man, but I am not.
You have put me in my place, fair lady.
Tell me, how long has he been out in the woods?
Too long. Can you point the way back?
Get away from me, poor mad fellow. Why, my horse makes more sense. Oh, cry you mercy, it is my horse. I thought I left you tied up.
Call you me a horse, you? A horse? You!
Don't be ashamed because you're a horse, it's all
What
right.
you think you're...
No horse playing here.
Why?
Oh! Don't hurt him, Little John. He's got to serve the drinks.
All right, everyone. More music, Alanadale.
Prepare to receive the Lord our Sheriff of Nottingham.
Pray tell, which one of you loathsome rabble is Edom the innkeeper?
I'm Edom.
I hereby arrest you for non-payment of back taxes.
We try to keep up. You keep raising them.
It's all right, love. We'll settle this.
No, I will settle this. You are to be made an example of. Your inn is to be confiscated in the name of the crown, and all proceeds collected thereof. Oh, and your punishment for evasion is death. Take him away.
No!
Leave her alone! No!
Arrest them all! Arrest everyone!
Oh, until next time!
It's alright, lads. You don't need
Come on. Well, don't just stand there. Move. Do as you're told.
What about this one, my lord?
Take her to the castle for questioning.
I've done nothing! I've done nothing!
Come along, fetch up everything. I want every possession. Oh, and Rickon, find me that landlord's coffer. I have a quota to meet.
And I thought we had it bad in Mansfield.
Aye. Sheriff of Nottingham, eh? What do you think, Robin? Back to Locksley?
Who's that? Who's out there?
Victims of harsh injustice and cruel tyranny.
What?
The rabble! The rabble!
Oh. Greetings. Find yourself some ground. It's the only thing that isn't taxed these days.
I heard the sheriff's working on it.
Quiet out there, boy! Unless you want the forces over for tea!
Who's that? Oh, have you seen Ellen anywhere? Ellen DeWalt.
Sorry, boy.
Haven't seen her.
Well, I've got to find her. Come on, help me look, won't you?
Lad, if you keep searching right now, the only thing you'll find is Royal Forsters. Just hope she's enough sense to hide for the time being.
Well, now, that's not what I'd expect of men of England. Lie down when there's work to be done.
If you don't stop talking, I'll break your jawbone.
Well, if we do that, you'll never talk.
Well, just what are we supposed to do?
What is. So dry your tears, my hearty.
Tears? There's no tears left in bloody England!
So where does that leave us? We can't cry, and we can't run. This, my lads and lasses, smells like the bottom of the barrel to me. In which case, we can only go up.
Oh, we will. Same like Edom the innkeeper. He just went up now. We'll join him soon enough.
Not yet. Not before our time. Not if we stop the sheriff and his men.
Are you mad?
Oppose the sheriff. That's what Edom did.
Aye, one man. But we're not one. We're many. And if we keep gathering more, and we stand together, work together, not a power in all of England could stop us.
Foolish, Robin. By far the most foolhardy idea I ever heard. When do we start? I see. Now that's just the kind of talk I'm talking about.
That's all it is so far. Talk. Are you willing to back up that talk with force?
Aye. Although, this time, not with a quarter staff.
I'm in.
Count me in, mate. But what have we got to lose?
Up anchor. Let's set sail.
Well, if you're all gonna do it.
Aye, that's the spirit. What's your name, lad?
Arthur Bland, I'm the tanner.
Good. We'll get you the sheriff's hide. Are you?
Meg Scapelot.
Alan Adale.
I'm Much.
We know.
Will Scarlet? Little John.
That's Little John.
And I'm Robin Hood.
Well, Robin Hood, you seem to be making the decision. Well, where do we hold up?
He's right. The Forsters will snatch us any town we walk in.
Then we won't go to a town. We'll use the forest, right here, Greenwood Glen. We'll know every inch of it. We'll strike quick like hawks, and then disappear into the brush.
I like this strike, Robin. It sounds good. But what does it mean?
It means we hurt the sheriff in his most sensitive area. Not yes! His pocketbook.
What? Like thieves?
Oh, far from that, my friend. Rather, we're going to balance the books for him. We're going to distribute King John's wealth back to the poor people from which it came.
It's kind of roundabout, ain't it?
Yes, we're going to complete the circle. First, we must enlist. A handful can't do it. Anyone you trust, bring him back here. We'll meet at this tree.
They call it Sherwood King.
Sherwood King it is. Are you with me? Aye! Then I christen the lot of you, men and women of Greenwood. Ha ha!
Whenever I hear someone tripping lightly, I always just assume it's you.
My very favorite mother.
My least favorite son. What do you want?
What do I want? Is that any way to greet a king? What do I want?
What do you want?
Marvelous, delightful sense of humor you have, Mum. Dear Mum. Why, you're as bright and fresh as the flowers in your garden. Tell me, how do you do it, especially at your age?
Weed.
I beg your pardon.
It's not so much a question of growing flowers as it is destroying weeds. The one negates the other.
I see. If I didn't know better, I would say we were talking about something other than gardening.
Nonsense, John. It's all just weeding. And every now and then you get one tough little bugger who refuses to come up.
Very well, then. I'll play. Whatever do you do then, Mother dear?
Only one thing to do. Simply grab him by the bulbs and yank.
I think the gardening lesson is over. How quickly I tire of games.
Oh, you think these to be games? I have cards at my sleeve I haven't even thought of playing yet. Better quit while you're ahead.
I've just allowed the barons another tax increase. You know, I think they're beginning to like me more and more each day.
You can give them free cows and shine their pottery, and the loyalty they feel towards me will only grow stronger. Something you don't understand, John.
No, I don't understand it. Lionheart's dead. You're about to be.
My, what a sentiment. Don't count on it, John.
See here, Mother dear. What good can it possibly do you to resist my invasion of France?
Not me, John. This country. Another bloody war so you can fill your coffers? Over my deceased corpse.
Very well. Oh, I'm not going to kill you, Mother dear. The barons would never forgive me.
You old sentimentalist.
Yes. No, I've got something much more terrible. Something in the nature of a deal.
You've nothing to trade, Johnny.
Haven't I? What about the life of Marion Harper? She's your favorite lady in waiting. Some might even say friend, is she not? It seems she was involved in the murder of a royal forester while I was hunting. Ah, that fiery temperament of hers. I wonder where she gets that. Of course, the sheriff would not have laughed if the idea was really her, and I didn't have the heart to tell him that one of Marion's favorite hobbies is hunting buck, and that she's given to lowly dress and buckskins. Convenient for hunting in the wood. Not what I'd call a typical lady-in-waiting, would you, my dear? Of course, the sheriff could still find out. I'll be calling a meeting of the barons in 2 weeks. If you start now, you should have enough time to send a series of messages. What a marvelous king am I, and wouldn't it be a good idea to invade France? That sort of thing. I'd start writing soon if I were you, before all that weeding starts to cramp your head.
Have some more mutton, my good man.
Why, don't mind if I do. Thank you, my bonny fellow.
Not at all. What are friends for?
Well said, well said.
And bread, perhaps? How about some bread?
Oh, yes, that'll hit the spot.
Oh, you simply must try the Momsey. Momsey? Well, I thought you'd never asked. Now you simply must have some mutton again. I don't know. I insist. All right. And just to wash it down, don't tell me, let me guess. Some more Momsey. That's it. Just a touch. All right. If you have some more mutton.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. Who's that spying upon me? You come out of there at once.
Good day, Friar. I meant you no harm. I just thought the two of you might like some company.
Listen here, rascal. My jesting's nothing to jest about. How dare you make sport of me, and behind my back?
Well, it's a rather ample back, Father. Enough for two of you, I wager. And talking to yourself like that, well, make it at least four of you.
Why, you rash scalawag, I'd say a lesson's in order for you.
All right, Friar, all right. Henceforth, I shall never laugh at your sport. In fact, I shall take all your jests quite seriously. Why, I'd even say they're downright sad.
Yes.
Children weeping in the streets, women tearing their hair out.
And don't you forget it, you're sporting me again, aren't you?
All right,
you
Friar,
scurrilous little...
I meant you no harm. It's just that I've been bitter ever since I lost the use of my legs.
I'm sorry, fellow. I did not know.
It's all right. Don't take pity on me. I loathe pity, Father.
Yes, I'm sure you're used to it. What's your business here?
Only to leave this terrifying wood as soon as possible. But crawling thus, progress is most slow.
I can well imagine my worm-like friend. Perhaps I could be of service.
Oh, would you? I would be ever so grateful. Do you think you could, dare I say it, carry me through the wood?
I'm sure it's little effort.
You're sure? I mean, all that food won't explode or anything, will it?
No, the food won't explode. I'm well contained.
Well packed, yes.
Well, best climb on my back now, Sirrah.
An expanse, I perceive, nearly as wide as the great Ottoman Empire.
You flatter me, sir, you do.
Oh, not at all, sir. Your girth has no justice. Nothing in the known world can compare to it. Except maybe the known world. Well, why have we stopped, sir? The woods are still thick around us. Although, how they seek to surround you is one of the many mysteries of nature. Oh, that didn't sound good. Surely I've winded you. No small task, judging the amount of wind you could hold.
Perhaps you could hold yours till we reach the wood's edge.
All right, all right. That's me, you know, never at a loss for words. You know, the way you are with food.
Bless my soul, a gold sovereign.
Where?
Right here, you deaf little twerp.
Ooh! Ooh!
Ready for a trouncing, my woodland wit?
Ha! Rather give you one, my gluttonous friar. Ha-ha! Ooh! Ha! Ha! Yeah! Well, not bad, your worship. Learned that in the monastery. Ha-ha! Oh! Oh!
No, from parrying sinners like you little heathen scamp.
Spoken like a man of God.
More solid than you expected, eh, ragamuffin?
The better to fall. All right, Friar, all right. I don't want to hurt you anymore.
No, I don't want to hurt you anymore either. Would seem I've come to the right place, if this be the camp of Robin Hood.
It's the camp, and I'm the man.
You're him? I should have known.
Welcome to Sherwood, Friar.
Tuck's the name.
Tuck it away.
Well, I've come to join your merry band, if there's room for a man of the cloth.
There's room for the cloth? I don't know about the man.
If there's room enough for Galligantua, there's room enough for me.
Don't worry, Friar, we can always make the paths wider.
Easily. I'll just grab your ankles and use you as a plow.
You just try it!
You lost.
I know.
All right, lads, let's show the good friar how we work. What have you got? Alan?
Our lord and lady were kind enough to part with some silver bracelets.
How thoughtful. Meg?
A wealthy merchant insisted we have his gold chain.
You shouldn't have. Arthur?
This little landlord was tired of carrying this heavy bag of coins around.
You helped a stranger? Makes me proud to be called your leader. Little John?
A couple of jeweled abbots asked if I'd like to make a contribution. I said no. Would you?
Well said at my benefit, sir.
Will? Couple of sovereigns. Much?
Little.
All right, lads, all right, he's trying. I'm sure you'll bring back something sooner or later.
Later would be my guess.
Good Master Robin, if I steal from one of us, does that count? Rob from the poor so I can give to the poor.
It kind of defeats the purpose, lad, if you know what I mean.
Oh. Then I must search elsewhere to bring something back. The Orient, perhaps, to the land of Prester John.
Robin, the prioress of Kirklees.
Greetings, good cousin.
And to you, good cousin.
That's Robin's cousin.
I gather.
How was your journey here?
Without incident, I'm happy to report. They tell me there are bandits in these woods. I am inclined to disagree. At least they've never bothered me.
I am relieved to hear that, good prioress. Meg, some food and wine for my cousin.
Oh, no, Robin. I can't stay long. My duties are most time-consuming, especially in these trying times. Lately, I've had to cut back, even at the Priory, and that pains me deeply. Helping the poor is all I have in the world. What if it weren't for you?
We do our best, cousin.
Yes, you always did. Even when we were children. You remember how terribly poor we were then.
Like it was yesterday.
Now, well, I still feel poor in a way, scraping to get by, avoiding the new taxes, playing political games with the bishop on one hand and the barons on the other. How I long for simpler times.
We all do, but it's never simple. No matter what we change, we always long for the better, I suppose.
Yes, well, I best be on my way. The people are waiting.
Of course, and they won't be disappointed. Alan?
Much thanks, as always, Robin. I, notice you have a holy man in your midst. I'm very pleased to see that, Robin. Good day.
Fare you well, cousin.
What does she do with the booty, Robin?
She buys ale and makes merry.
She distributes to the poor part of what we take.
Aye, under the sheriff's very nose, too.
Strangers coming, break the camp. All right, Archies, don't leave a trace. Let's go.
I'm not saying that you murdered a royal forester, my dear, but the fact that you were there means that they can implicate you.
But you talk as if I know this Robin Hood or something. Really, we only met once, and then under the most unfavorable of circumstances. I don't even like him. You wouldn't either, believe me. He's brash, rude, arrogant, and unscrupulous.
Well, don't leave out the horns and tail.
He tried to make my acquaintance under the most absurd ruse.
He must have been desperate to meet you.
Desperate is the word. Ridiculous is even better.
You saw through it?
A side of beef could see through it, although I'm sure the village maiden is absolutely thrilled by that sort of show.
Well, nevertheless, he is gaining quite the reputation for himself. I understand the sheriff is particularly displeased.
Perhaps. It's nothing to do with me.
I only wish that were so. The fact remains, if I do not comply with King John's wishes, he will have you arrested and put to death.
I'm sorry, Your Majesty. I put you in a grave difficulty.
It wasn't your doing.
Please, let me take to hiding. To the woods, even. I can survive. Don't let him hold my life over your head.
Marion,
It's the only way. Why, we're deep in Sherwood now. I'll stay here.
In the woods? Really, dear, do you think it's absolutely safe?
Look, just me and Mother Nature. I'll hunt and fish. There's not a soul around for mine.
Good afternoon, good gentlewomen. We mean you, no all.
But since you are of a class just a cut above the rest, we'll have to relieve you some of your possessions, as it were,
Spread it around.
so to speak.
If you please.
Don't worry, ladies. If you're lucky, you'll become poor, and then we'll give you all sorts of things.
Oh, there's no need for that, good lady. I give you my word that no harm will come to you.
You're not going to harm us.
Not at all.
Your word.
My word.
Good. Let's go.
Now hold on a second then.
Why? What's stopping us? You're not going to harm us. You've given us your word. We might as well just go now. What's keeping us here if not fear of harm?
Alan's the smartest. Alan, let me do something with you.
What am I supposed to do? He gave his word.
Now, why'd you go and do that, little John? Give your word!
I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I'm really not gonna harm them, you know. So do any of you think that for a minute?
Will you shut up? Don't keep reassuring them. You'll only make it worse.
Oh, we're losing our credibility as outlaws.
How many of you got by this long is beyond me.
Now don't you start, Friar. I've had more than enough of you.
Well, someone better start. Now listen, ladies. Either you give us your possessions, or we'll surround you in a big clump and you'll never leave these woods.
He could do that by himself.
Fine. Fine. You do, and I'll hack my way through with 3 feet of well-tempered steel.
minute, ladies. That hardly seems fair. We promised not to hurt you.
Yes, you did, didn't you? But I didn't.
Robin!
Welcome to Sherwood, ladies.
There he is.
Oh, it's you. How nice. I was hoping to run into you again.
Your lucky day.
Same attitude. That's what I love about you, you know. Men and women of Sherwood, may I present Marion Harper, lady in waiting to Queen Eleanor. And bless my soul, this must be none other than Her Majesty, Queen Eleanor herself.
Well, he seems perceptive enough.
Your Majesty, he doesn't believe you.
Well, who would? A queen in these parts, I hardly blame him.
What a wonderful spirit of fun you both have. Come, you must join us. Refreshment for everyone.
Thanks, but we'd really rather not.
Oh, let's stay! I'm interested in seeing the life of an outlaw. Now, tell me, do you really give all of your spoils to the poor?
All but the little we need for our own survival.
Yes, mere pennies, I'm sure. How humble of you.
You could stand a little of that yourself, my lady. Look around you. Where are the riches? Where are the fineries?
Hidden from our eyes, I'm sure.
You're a stubborn little... Would you like some wine?
No, thank you.
It's quite good.
Please, Your Majesty, let's go.
You just don't give up, do you? I do love a woman who enjoys a good jest. Now tell me, what is it you really do? No, don't tell me. Let me guess. Tinker's wife. Pastry baker. Embroiderer.
Court executioner.
What's the matter, Will?
Nothing. I've just never seen her outside London before.
Who?
Queen Eleanor. Yes, I saw her once. In London. I really did.
We're sorry, Your Majesty. We did not know. I mean, we couldn't have...
Off with their Sorry.
Rise, you, outlaws. I never cared for that sudden attention everyone pays to the ground.
Our humblest of pardons, Your Majesty.
Quite all right. I'm sure you don't get many queens through these parts.
Quite a few, actually. About 4 a day, plus a few kings.
It is indeed an honor, Your Majesty. While I myself am new to this merry band, allow me to show you about the camp.
Thank you. I would most enjoy seeing the operation of a bandit slayer.
For that, you'd probably want me.
She'd prefer me, lamppost.
You just got here.
Yet I've learned so much.
Your Majesty, Tell me, outlaw, does that bow serve a purpose or is it just decoration?
Oh, it serves a purpose, my lady. Quite a few, in fact.
That would imply that the user has some skill.
It does, it does. Are you familiar with this skill?
A sight more than you'll ever be, squire. Unfortunately, I neglected to bring my bow.
Well, you're in luck there, for we happen to have some extras.
Very well, Master Hood. If only to put you in your place. I owe you a drubbing.
Madame, I accept, with all my heart.
But no, you don't.
fall and get yourself hurt or killed, and how would that look for me, huh? I hadn't considered that, to be honest with you. I can't figure you. Chance of a lifetime for a good-for-nothing little serf, and you don't even realize it. If he'd have asked me, I'd have married him like that. Be my guest. Go ahead, take him away, sweep him off his feet. You have my blessing.
Hilton, you may go. Your disposition doesn't seem to be improving. If it makes a difference, I've spoken with your parents. They've given us permission to wed.
No, they didn't.
Well, I don't need their permission anyway. I am the sheriff.
Upholder of the law.
Well, what do you want me to do? Woo you?
Oh, please, don't do that. Please spare me a wooing.
Well, quite frankly, I wouldn't know how.
Well, quite frankly, I'm not surprised. And I appreciate that, by the way.
My, but you do!
Let me go!
You do have a sharp tongue for a little ragamuffin whom I had the generosity of dragging up from the mire.
You'd have me deep in it!
See what you made me do? Oh, this had better improve, that's all I can say. When we're married, my dear, your attitude had better change. Or I really will have a visit to your parents, and it won't be so much asking for your hand as it will be removing theirs. Hilton, take her.
The bishop, my lord.
Maid in heaven.
There are more important things.
I know. Robin Hood struck again.
Robin Hood. All I ever hear is Robin Hood.
He's becoming more famous than King John.
Rob from the rich so you can give to the poor. What kind of nonsense is that? Doesn't he know that I'm just going to take it back again? Hasn't he heard of taxes? Idiots. If this absurd recycling of funds continues, I may as well burn the bloody books.
Sort of clever when you think about it. Amusing little serfs. Seems like they're always up to something or other.
Oh, Hereford, I'm glad you can take this so lightly. Have you forgotten that the taxes go to your church as well?
Of course not. I never forget money. I just don't worry about it. That's the difference between you and me. You agonize and bang your head. I will continue to spout pleasantry and good humor.
And in doing so, provide none of the assistance of the valuable ally that you're supposed to be.
You see, there they go again, those horrid babes.
Hereford!
Now, it just so happens I have given the matter some thought, and if you calm down, I just might tell you about it.
Oh. Grace me with your brilliance.
Gladly. Now, it seems to me, if we deprive the dragon of its head, it will cease to breathe fire and smoke. Now, I have always said, to catch a thief, it takes a thief.
Have you?
It just so happens in my native Herefordshire, there is a bold and murderous outlaw of great renown, of equal cunning and notoriety to this Robin Hood. He has done me many a favor in the past, for the right price.
And what would that be?
200 pounds should attract his interest.
It had better do more than attract his interest. For that much, I would expect nothing less than Robin Hood's head on a pole.
I find this preoccupation with the human bonnet disgusting, to say the least. I shan't be here for the delivery, I promise you.
tell this brigand that we will pay him half now, and the other half upon the completion of his task.
I'm sure he'll be agreeable. You'll find him to be a strange sort of fellow, as feared by the people of my region, as Robin Hood is loved by his. He wears the hide of a horse. He believes it gives him power.
Well, he can wear daisies and a dunce cap for all I care, if he gets the job done. What is his name?
Guy of Gisborne.
Good morning to you with a said I, good morning to you now. The maid replied, as she cried, I've lost my spotted cow. No longer weep, no longer mourn, your cow's no loss, my dear. I found her in the yonder grove and... You're no cow. Identify yourself, animal, if you're a member of that family, as I perceive you are. A wolf? A bear, perhaps? Although I certainly do not hope you are not a fish. Unless fish have fur and rabbits swim in the sea.
Hello, little fella. Say, did I scare you? Didn't mean to do that.
You can talk.
Talk? Of course I can talk. Can you?
I was afraid. I thought you might be a bear at first.
A bear? Imagine a bear talking. I'm a horse.
Oh, yes, you are. You are a horse. I'm certainly relieved at that.
Aye, so am I.
You know, wait till my friends see you. You know, I never bring anything back to camp, but now...
Friends? Camp? What can this mean, little neighbour?
Oh, I'm not supposed to talk about that. Unless you're all right. Do you think you're all right?
I'm better and all right. I'm looking for the camp of Robin Hood. Have you heard tales of him, little man?
Oh, mayhap I have. In one form or another.
Aye, in many such forms he takes, I've heard tell. This Robin is a one-eyed ogre with skin like bark one day, and a gold-spitting hagger next. And his merry band fly through the forest on wings of silk, and live in the ground in mighty caves, drinking blood by the light of the moon.
This horse has some strange notions.
Methinks not, little... What's your name?
Much.
Much? Well, I would fain have to see it for myself, and not believe the tales I've heard. And these aren't just horses' tales. You get it? Horses' tails? 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 Tails!
Tails!
Exactly.
Well, I don't know.
What's I know, little man? Come, let's have a swig of satisfaction, a merry old time, a bevy of song, and talk of Robin Hood.
Be quiet.
If you talk, you're not being quiet.
Then why are you talking?
I suppose this is how you wait for unsuspecting maidens.
Well, I don't usually shoot them with a bow and arrow, but yes, this is the general approach.
And he's proud of it. Truly unbelievable.
Here now, I don't always use the rescue, of course.
The rescue? You mean you have a name for it? Like it's a form of dumb show?
Well, it is. It's entertaining, isn't it?
Well, it is dumb.
Yes. Here now, if it's so dumb, how is it my lady-in-waiting happened to fall for it?
Fall for it? I did nothing of the kind. And I'm not your lady-in-waiting.
Thank God for small blessings.
I saw through that childish ploy of yours right from the start.
You ate it up like mutton.
Oh, really? What an imagination! Not to mention an insufferable ego to match that of King John.
Here now, what's that, tongue?
Why? Will you put an arrow through me?
I'd rather put one through that deer, but you scared him off.
What dear? I don't see it.
Gone a mile now. Scared the antlers right off him.
Scared the antlers off you, more like.
No, it wasn't the antlers. Here now, listen. I think we got a real one.
Really? How gullible do you take me, Sir Knave?
Any way you'd like me to, my lady.
Are you sure I'm going the right way? I know I've seen this bush before.
I just stay on the road, you'll be fine.
You call this a road? This is not a road. Oh goodness, oh goodness. It's like the bottom of a river or something. Can't you clear this stuff out of my way? These branches and twigs, like the infernal tendrils of hell reaching up to drag me down, to deprive the gentle earth of this abundance of holiness.
Well, I thought you wanted a shortcut.
No! What I wanted was for you to fix the wheel of our coach.
Well, I couldn't well lift it by myself. Perhaps if you'd lent your back.
Lent my back? How disarmingly funny you are for a forester. You're just trying to cheer me up. I haven't lent my back to anything since climbing on a swing as a child. Actually, I was helped up. Are you sure this is the right way to the sheriff's castle?
Aye.
It is most inconvenient. Why can't he visit Hereford once in a while?
Sure, I can't imagine.
Yes, I'm sure you can't. Oh, goodness. I'm certain my death is imminent. Even now I can feel its icy cold hand on my brow. Come with me! Come with me, it's saying. I might as well walk with my own head in my hand and offer it to the highest bidder.
Your Grace should try to keep its lid shut. I mean, on. Keep it on you.
Oh, very funny. Stop trying to cheer me up. It won't work. You do better to kill me with your sword before somebody else does.
Is that an order, my lord?
Well, of course it's not an order, you ninny.
Guess it's a good thing I didn't carry it out tonight.
Good thing for your sake. If you understood what a figure of speech is, well, I suppose you wouldn't be a forester then, would you?
No, I'd be a bishop.
Oh, shut up. Shut up and let me die free of levity. Once the soil gently drums the lid of my coffin, then you may jest all you want.
Thank you, my lord.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Aye.
Oh, I can't stand this. I know I will die of a heart attack long before the bandits find me. That's some consolation at least. Promise me you won't let them desecrate my person.
Aye, I'll keep them off. I'll threaten them off. Y'all 100 of them.
Sorry, Your Grace. Didn't mean to startle you.
A minion of Beelzebub!
What's your business here?
Business? Oh, I know. Pies.
What?
Pies! Any fine pies today?
No, we don't have any pies. What would a bishop be doing with pies?
No. I have the pies, see? I'm selling them. Listen. Pies! Who will buy my fine pies today? Pies!
Get out of the way. We don't want your fine pies. Where do you keep them anyway? In your pockets? Let's go.
What's the trouble here?
We're trying to pass, but this pie salesman won't let us.
Oh no, not the pie man again. He's always doing this.
Really? It's annoying.
Certainly is. Now see here, you. That's a full-fledged bishop right there. You know you're blocking him?
Pies! Who will buy my fine pies today? Pies!
Oh, why break this up? What is this all about?
The pie man is annoying everyone because we won't buy his pies.
Doesn't seem right now, does it?
Well, then why don't you stop gabbing and help me push him?
You're a bit cheeky about it.
He didn't mean it. Would you help?
Hey, I'm trying to pass. Do you mind?
Well, we all mind, but it won't do any good.
Pies! Who will buy my fine pies today? Pies!
Perhaps if one of you bought one from him or something.
Why don't you buy one? You look like you've had the practice.
Did you hear what he said to me?
No, I've been keeping track of them.
Oh, not another one.
What's all this noise here? You're disturbing the woods.
There's nobody left in the woods.
What goes on here?
We're trying to move the pie man.
Who you pushing? Don't push the pie man.
Kill the pie man!
Try to lift him. We'll go under maybe.
Who are all these people?
Divide the pie man in two. We can go between it.
I had no idea this forest was so busy.
Reason with the pie man. He'll understand that.
They should make the road much wider at this spot.
Look, all I wish in life is to sell my good pies.
Oh. Why didn't you just say so?
I'll buy a pie!
I like the pie very much.
I'll take 2 pies.
What is this? It's so confusing. Wait, are you all in this together? Is this a trick to get me to buy a pie? Oh, all right. I'll take a pie. Let me have a pie. Let me have all your pies.
If you run away really fast, I promise I won't rip your ankles off.
That's fair enough.
Wait, what are you doing? Careful, I'm very holy. Ah, oh, thank goodness. Good stout monk. I hope you are flesh and blood and not some trick of the wood sprites.
I'm real enough, Fatty.
Thank you. Fatty! What man of God calls me fatty?
A true man of God, one not so richly dressed.
Thus am I closer to God. Who could be richer than that?
We can, after we help ourselves.
To what abbey do you belong, sir?
To the Abbey of Sherwood,
I know of no such abbey. Who is your abbot?
Friar Robin Hood.
Please, I'll pay you. I'll make you all rich men.
Do you hear that, lads? We could be rich! Just like him.
Yes!
Hundreds of bishops of Hereford marching down the street, our fat bellies jiggling in the wind.
I don't know, Robin. Doesn't sound too good.
Robin!
I don't know. Think about it, lads and lasses. It would mean we could be cruel and merciless. And have all the food we could eat, depriving those less fortunate through higher taxes.
Yes.
You mean yes? Because that's the way you think. You're selfish and greedy and ignorant. You give nothing to the people, but you're loathing. You're the least holy man I know, besides King John, of course.
He is a personal friend of mine.
I know. I've considered that. In your sentencing.
Sentencing?
Yes. I'm leaving you to a higher judge.
I think I know who you mean.
Really? I'm surprised at that. He's forsaken you long ago, as you've forsaken him.
Wait, what are you going to do to me?
First, I'm going to allow you to say your prayers, if you still remember how that is. And then, we're going to hang you.
No, please. Please. Please, I tell you, you're making a mistake.
No, I think we got it. No. Noose, neck, tree, drop. Yes, I think that about does it. All right, take this walking pillar to the nearest tree and heave him. Farewell, Your Grace. It's been unpleasant.
Naughty, naughty. You're a cruel man, Robin.
I've been taught by the best.
1, 2, 3!
Cousin!
Yes, I saw what you did there. Harsh, but I suppose he had it coming.
What? Oh, no, you thought... Primus, you didn't really think we'd actually hang him, did you?
Oh! No, of course not. I meant it was a harsh prank. A harsh prank to play.
Yes, of course. Oh, Marion Hop, may I present my cousin, the Prioress of Kirkley?
Charmed. Robin, if you don't mind, I think I'd better take my charity and run. It was a most trying journey.
But of course.
The booty really is distributed to the poor.
What a thing to say! Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be?
Oh, I'm sure this lady had her doubts, that's all. But I'm sure you've convinced her, Prioress.
Oh, I suppose.
Step in, young man, and know your fear. There's nothing in your favour. A little time I'll give to you, 6 months and 2 hard labour. With me, hip for the day, hip for the day, hip for the day, for the daily go.
At 6 o'clock a screw comes in.
A bunch of keys all in his hand.
Step up, my lad, step up inside.
And train the wheel to breakfast time.
You're off key.
I'm sorry, horse. I never professed to the singing ability of a 4-legged animal before.
Well, you would. Tell me more of this, Robin Hood. Must be a right merry camp a living.
I fain think it is, good my horse.
Fain?
I fain think.
Fain. What are you all fain? Strike that word from my sight, and never thus utter again.
Fain?
Strike! Rid yourself of such, frills and humbuggery. No pretensions, and no affectations. Strike!
Aye, my captain, strike will I.
Now, where exactly is this, happy camp?
Camp, my horse, what camp?
Why, the bandits' camp.
Bandits, my horse, what bandits?
Robin Hood! Give it a rich, take her my paw. Where's the bloody camp? The camp of Robin Hood! Do you know the one I mean?
I fain think...
Strike!
I think so. It's yonder, about 2 miles. Follow the stream upland. It comes to Greenwood Glen. There's a stand of oak and beech. That's the camp.
Ah.
Good horse. Art thou mad at me?
You? Mad at you? My good little friend? Of course not.
Oh.
I'm just, anxious.
Oh. 'Cause in all my experience, I never met a horse what was mad.
Oh?
Aye. All even, present-tempered they are. Why, it's the gentlest animal in the world.
So I am.
No, you're not. You're mad as a hatter. And I fain wonder if I'm mad too. For telling you what I done told you.
Now Saturday's come, I'm sorry to say.
For Sunday is starvation day.
Our old nail boots and our tin cups too.
They are not shined and they will not.
They all wore the hides of large animals, and I swear some of them still had the entrails left inside, so foul was their stench. Many of the bandits had eyes removed and teeth missing, with fingernails like long claws scraping on the ground. As they tortured me, they laughed like banshees and feasted upon live insects.
Were there no small children?
Do you want to hear the tale of my exploits or not?
I wouldn't miss this for the world.
Good. One of them was a giant, an ogre who caused rock slides whenever he spoke.
Rock slides?
Yes. Another was a false holy man, a monk from the caves of Satan himself, an immensely fat and disgusting person, I assure you.
Yes, I can almost see him.
What? Yes. Well, after torturing me for hours, they finally decided to end their orgy of pleasure by hanging me, an act I was sure would bring me instant relief. But even this solace was not allowed me. Such was their state of poverty and disarray that the rope was quite old and ill of quality. It snapped clean away.
Perhaps the strain was too much.
Oh, ha ha. It was cheap rope.
Yet they didn't try again. Why not?
It was obvious. They had no more rope.
Well, then why not use another method?
Great cavities in their skulls revealed that many of their brains had been removed. By habit or accident, I could not tell.
Yes, their brains had been removed. That is why they constantly outwit us. So the rope broke, and then what? You outran them?
Worse, such was their utter disregard for my person that they walked away, laughing.
You poor man.
Yes, it was awful, so cruel.
Hereford, you overstuffed cushion! Can't you see that if they had wanted you dead, you would be? Don't you understand that they only did this to show you that they're not afraid of us? To scare you?
I escaped through God's will.
God hasn't listened to you in decades.
I can see that further conversation is futile. I have related my adventure, and that is that. These monsters must be stopped at all costs, especially this loathsome Robin Hood.
And, what was he like?
I was not impressed. By his bearing, his manner of speech, I was not impressed.
And when do we, hear from this Guy of Gisborne?
Shortly, I expect. But like a cooking pot, he cannot be watched in hopes that he will boil.
Oh, shut up!
My lord, Guy of Gisborne.
Well, I think I hear the pot whistling now. Send him in.
You may go.
Not you, Gisborne! Are you sure about this?
He's eccentric.
Thank you, Your Majesty, most gracious.
I am not your majesty.
But whose majesty are you?
200 pounds? 200 pounds for a clown? For a court jester in a horse's costume?
Oh, Majesty, your little words sting me.
Somebody remove this pathetic wretch from my sight!
Wretch? Jester? Clown? No one talks of me like that. And this is the hide of a horse, tanned and cured, tough as armor but lighter still, through which the strength of the horse is passed to me. I've slain 70 men, of which Robin Hood will be one more, and any you doubt, oppose me now.
If you ever touch me again, your head will leave its shoulders so fast you will be able to watch it hit the ground. After your task is complete, you will never set foot in Nottingham again. Do I make myself clear?
Clear, and mostly clear, Your Majesty.
I am not your... What progress have you made?
Oh, that which is best if I made, sir. A camp, of which location I have in my hands.
And where is this camp?
I think not. Have an armed force marching there and scatter the lot. 100 muddy the water, what one man treads clearly. Besides, that wasn't the agreement. It's an head you'll be getting, and not a drawn map.
Very well.
200 now, and another 2 when I deliver.
You're holding me up? You're holding me up for more?
Now would I have a location? Yes.
Which one of you is Robin Hood? I can no longer tell.
Come, lordship. I know how much this man means to you both. Why, I heard they robbed some fat bishop just the other day. And by God, you should have seen Arthur blubbering sweat when he commissioned me. Whew, what a sight.
I was only trying to pique his interest.
Take this deposition to my attendant.
Thank you, you sweet, kind, gracious majesty, lord of all the earth and that which is more, sovereign of the realm of darkness.
That is the last time you ever buy horses for me.
Oh, yes. I see your jest.
Quiet.
Are there any warrants pending for Guy de Gisborne?
I usually just tear them up. The Sheriff of Hereford is a personal friend of mine, and believe me, warrants for Gisborne come as frequently as rain. More so, in fact, now that I think of it, it having been a rather dry season in Hereford.
Hold the next one and have it delivered to me. When Gisborne hands me Robin's head, I will hand him his own.
That's what I like about you. You have a marvelous sense of fair play.
Oh, and now for our surprise guest. Send her in. Thank you for waiting, Prioress.
What is this about, Lord Sheriff?
You know perfectly well what this is about, my dear.
Come, come. You were in the bandits' camp, were you not?
I see no reason to deny it. It was God's will that I was born Robin Hood's cousin and of no doing of my own.
Cousin? Now there's an interesting shade of color. If ever there was a threat to your retaining the priory at Kirklees, I would say it was blood ties to a murderous outlaw.
Murderous? You know he's not murderous.
Well, not when it's a royal forester. that
Not
gets
when
the-
it's in self-defense.
Please. I did not ask you here to discuss legalities. The situation is plain. You have been doling out stolen money given to you by Robin Hood. More than enough, I might add, to pack you up from the priory and slap you in prison for good. Unless, of course...
Unless what?
You see, my Lord Bishop, she's eager for a chance to make good. I knew you had it in you. From now on, I want you to report to me Robin Hood's every move. I want to know every single thing those outlaws do. Is that clear?
Yes, it is.
You reformed so quickly. Have I truly reformed you that fast? I warn you, if this is any kind of trick...
No, my lord, you didn't reform me. The donations from Robin Hood? I keep half of that money for myself. You see, I'm not as strong as my cousin Robin Hood. And in these sad times with our serpent, King John,
Take care how you...
draining the kingdom dry, the only way I could keep the priory going was through a little thievery of my own. No, you didn't reform me. I was already at your level to begin with.
Play 17 come Sunday.
I was 17 come Sunday.
Play it again.
Too bad Much ain't here for this.
Where is Much?
Ain't seen him for days.
Oh, you know him. His drawbridge only goes halfway.
At least he's got a drawbridge.
I need one too. If I had a moat like yours.
Why would you need a moat? Your walls are so low anyway.
What are you two talking about?
Castles.
Robin, two things. First, there's a man approaching from the north, headed right for us.
One man?
Aye, never seen him before.
Right, Camp Robin?
No, let's see who he is. What's the other thing, Arthur?
My turn on watch is over. Can I have something to eat?
All right, Alan, keep playing. Everyone else, be merry.
Well, what good might you wait a day? A peep in a fairy dell, just to watch her dear little gnomes at play, and see him work as well. Good evening, dear good sirs and lasses. Oh, I never expect to find lasses in a den of robbers and thieves. Tell me, which of you is Robin Hood?
Robert who?
No, you heard him. He said Robin Hood, you know.
Oh, yes. He's the famous outlaw, isn't he? I've heard some smashing things about him.
I'm afraid you have us mistaken, good sir. I am Friar Tuck, and this is my flock. We're simply meeting for a midnight mass.
And I'm Philip of France, come to eat British Shire out of a bowl. Is King John about?
He's a jolly fellow, isn't he? You're a jolly fellow.
Yes. Well, we might as well tell you the truth. It's plain you're on to us.
Yes, sir.
We're not here for a midnight mass. We're actually a band of traveling gypsies. Play, Alan!
Come on.
Well, good luck. I'm a gypsy too.
You're a strange gypsy, aren't you?
Oh, Much was right, dear Much. He said you like a good jest.
Much who?
Much what? How much? I mean, who is this Much person?
All right, gentlefolk, play your game. I understand. Or not crack your parapets.
That's a relief.
I know how risky it is being an outlaw. Why, in all of Herefordshire, there's none as feared as Guy of Gisborne.
Oh, yes. Robs from the rich so he can rob from the poor.
No, pure fancy, sir. Rumours and mythological interpretations. When you get famous, the mouths of the countryside feel they can have their way with you. Saddens me, sometimes it does. Good brother Robin gleans the good news, while poor Guy of Gisborne suffers the bad. Maybe if I were prettier.
That's so sad.
Now, we never turn away a good man. Why don't you stay the night and sup with us, Gisborne?
You are kind, good sir.
Tell us, good fellow, what means that hide you're wearing?
Oh, this is the hide of a horse. Its strength is passed through me.
Interesting. Little John has the head of an ox. We don't know what passes through him.
I assure you, good people, the power of the horse is nothing to joke about.
Tell me, Guy, where is this Much fellow you spoke of?
Oh, wandering. Here, there, everywhere. You know him, Robin.
You really want to hear it, don't you?
Well, I wouldn't mind hearing something at least.
Well, I don't know if I particularly want to say it.
Why not?
Well, for one thing, the sole purpose seems to be to assuage your massive ego.
I think it's rather your ego that's at stake here, don't you? When someone can't admit to a simple thing, like making a harsh, irrational judgment on another human being.
How can you say that? Especially in light of what's happened.
Here now, don't try to buy off my feelings.
What does that mean? What are you talking about?
Well, it's obvious. I'm just trying to separate work from pleasure. I know you respect me in one area. It's the other I'm concerned about.
You mean I respect your pleasure, but I don't respect your work?
Well, it sounds foolish now, of course.
I'm glad we agree.
But you know what I mean.
No, I do not, Robin. I do not separate a person from what they do. In this life, you're as good as your deeds. And I wouldn't, you know, if I didn't think well of you.
Well, that one was well put. You left out more words than you put in.
I was wrong about you, Robin. I was wrong about you, Robin Hood. Takes from the rich so he can give to the poor. Ballads will be sung, banners will be raised, and food will be named after you. Children will look up, the sheriff will look down, but you will always look straight and true. Long live your name, and may all your offspring be giants. Have I left anything out? Was that what you wanted to hear?
Yes. Yes, I think that rather does it.
You are such a Saxon.
What do you mean, Saxon?
Oh, Robin, you...
Sorry, gentlefolk. Seems I've made the first error of a wandering woodsman. Never come upon a lad and his lass. Unless, of course, a lad's not there.
What can we do for you, Guy?
Oh, nothing really. I'm an early riser, you see. Especially when you're in a strange camp. You know how that is? Somebody else's camp. I don't know what it is. Somebody else's grass. Somebody else's rocks. Makes you restless, I suppose. Or probably just hunt for some breakfast. Oh, that's a hardy, robust idea. Hunt for breakfast. Man needs a kill. Fresh scent of blood and meat. Doesn't he, Robin?
Never said my name was Robin, friend. You did.
What is your name?
I never did say.
Never did say. That's a fair, bonny lass you got there, lad. I swear, she looks high-born. Is she high-born?
Low-born. Born in a pond.
In a pond? Oh, and I thought you were a fairy princess. Never knew a real fairy princess. What I want to know is, how hard is Robin Hood's head? Will it crack like an acorn or a walnut?
Larry, save yourself! Are you all right?
Yes. You?
I'm all right.
Me too.
What are you two doing here?
No, the question is, what are you doing here?
Why so secretive, Robin?
If I'm so secretive, don't you think I might have a reason to be?
Yes, we just felt it might not be a very good one.
All right. It's my cousin. She's in deep trouble. The sheriff found out what she's been doing. They know we're related. They're threatening with prison. She doesn't comply with their wishes. She sent me a message to me to here at Tanner's Grove. She doesn't trust anyone but me. Poor thing's scared to death. That's why I had to come alone.
Fine, but what shall we do?
You're going to go off. That's what you do.
Oh, now wait a minute, Robin. You big bloody hero.
She'll panic if she sees more than just me. Now off with you. Both of you.
Well, what if we just...
Come along, Will. He's got to go it alone. You know how he's always right.
Yes. Annoying, isn't it? Primus, over here.
Robin, I'm so glad you came.
You have nothing to fear. I will protect you. The sheriff will not harm you. I give you my word.
Robin, I fear you are right. You will protect me.
Off your England!
I'm sorry, Robin. Survival has never been an easy thing. As I told you, difficult times.
Come, Prioress. Let's not dampen an otherwise triumphant occasion with maudlin sentiment and half-hearted excuses. You betrayed him, and now he will die. There, you see how simple that is.
I have done what I have done. Listening to you was not part of the bargain.
Careful, Prioress. I could still change my mind. So, Merry Bandit of Sherwood himself. We finally meet. I hope it's as much of a pleasure for you as it is for me.
Only if you run yourself through with the sword. Multiple times, my lord.
So bold, the outlaw. So arrogant. That will change.
Don't despair, Robin! Help is fast approaching! Norman swine, prepare to meet thy doom. You jackals and pomegranates, you deceptive deceivers of deception! Such trickery, such rude manners, such... Oh, I am heady with the drink of battle.
You are heady with the butt of Malmsey, you illiterate little hobo! You pathetic little tramp! Why, you have challenged the finest swordsman in all of England! Poor choice for a practice bout.
I won't need practice where I'm going. No, you're supposed to say that to me. I won't need practice when I slice you up, you lump of talking cheese, you loosely strung vegetable puppet!
Keep spouting nonsense, ragamuffin! It complements your dueling style.
Ha! You haven't seen my dueling style! I don't have a dueling style.
Will, run off. It's no good.
He who fights and runs away won't get a chance like this again.
Bravely spoken.
Oh, I think I'm dying. The glorious end. Too bad Robin didn't see it.
If only he had been as quick with his sword as he was with his tongue, I might have had a match on my hands.
You will regret what you have done this day.
Well, until that most fearful time, take her away.
Mother, oh mother dear.
Looking for a good tree, Johnny?
Really, Mother, I'd hardly classify you as a tree. Old, perhaps, but not a tree. And it is you that I'm looking for, Mother dear.
How interesting, seeing as I was looking for you at this exact same time.
Most marvelous of coincidences. We have found each other. You know, I am constantly enchanted by life's little organizations, as if we were all players in the cast of some marvelous mystery play. You, the kindly aged queen mother, ever watchful of her favorite son's fortunes. Me, the beneficent young potentate, gazing out over a sea of sublime worshippers, basking lovingly in its glow, his brow deeply furrowed in concern for their well-being, even as his eyes twinkle with the love only a shepherd can know for his helpless flock. His face shines down upon them like the smiling sun from a very high place. The lowly come from miles around just to kneel at his feet and give thanks, just to be alive in his realm. Thank you, King John. Thank you, they say. Thank you for being our king.
Are you sure this is a mystery play and not a farce?
Mother, you do jest well. Why, absolutely nothing could blight the rays of this smiling sun today.
Nothing. Let's try, shall we?
Whatever do you mean, my dearest giver of life? I trust this has nothing to do with your persuasion of the barons. We had an agreement there, an understanding.
Have some clouds passed in front of the smiling sun? Or is this a total eclipse?
What could you be saying? Has something changed that I should know about?
The sun that sees all, I couldn't imagine. I would have thought news traveled to you faster than a fleet of fishwives.
Pray, what news?
That maid Marion Harper has been arrested for complicity with Robin Hood, and they are both to be executed on the sheriff's wedding day, if you can believe that.
What? No.
Yes! Your light is dimming, O luminous one.
Well, that can't be. It's just a mistake. Just a mistake, I assure you.
Then I suggest His Highness correct it!
Yes, I will. I'll go there at once. Rest assured.
I don't think I will. I'm coming with you.
Oh, I'm sure the sheriff will be honored.
He'll squirm in his breeches, and you know it. I think I'll rather enjoy that. Come, let's away. Tell me, what do you wear to a combination wedding and execution?
Well, I don't know. I don't think I've ever...
I suppose black will have to do.
Yes, I'm sure that's fine.
Or perhaps red. For blood.
I'm sure that sounds nice.
This is not working. This is just not working. Oh, I don't know if even a barony is worth putting up with the likes of you for. Oh, here I assumed that a simple rustic farm girl would present few problems. Simple. Ha! Nothing pleases you. Nothing placates you. You are stupid, stubborn, and pig-headed. Oh, I wonder if I am not doing this Alan Dale a favor. Oh, the thought of doing anything for one of those
bandits of Sherwood causes me utter loathing at the very thought. I've got a good mind to give you back. That would show them. But I won't. I will break you if I have to use sterner measures.
What is it that you want of me?
Well, I did want your love, your respect. But I will settle for your obedience. You will soon learn that you have seen the Lord High Sheriff in his grandest of moods. Are you prepared for the worst?
I'm marrying you, aren't I? I have no choice. What more must I do?
Well, for starters, you can smile to anyone, to everyone. A polite, warm, friendly, unpretentious smile. Especially to King John.
You smile at him. Blow him a kiss if you like. I don't feel like it. That's all you really care about, isn't it? Your royal acceptance. A farm girl, a commoner that you've made decent to parade before the court like a puppet. A simple, wholesome baroness for the newly appointed baron. Well, your titles and your gold and your power only make me dirty. Do what you want with me. I will never smile at Black Prince John.
If I promise not to hunt down Alan Adale and have him hung by the neck, then will you smile at King John, my dear?
His Royal Majesty.
I hate to break up this tender romantic interlude, but it's Mother. She's... How dare you! How dare you hold Queen Eleanor's favorite lady-in-waiting, Marion Harper, here against her will?
Oh, how could I have done such a thing?
I don't know. Perhaps you've taken leave of your senses.
Perhaps I have.
I should have your job.
I wish you did.
Dare you to hold her prisoner? Why, it's as obvious a case of mistaken identity as ne'er I seen. Even the court fool could see that.
Apparently he has.
I demand you release her at once. Do you hear me?
Very well.
I demand it.
Very well, my royal liege. I shall have this poor rich wretch delivered at once into Her Majesty's royal custody. Oh, however could I have done this? 1,000 pardons to both your majesties and to any other majesties I may have discomforted by this outrageous and unforgivable behavior. I only hope that I may live 1,000 years so that I may repay this debt 10,000 times over, provided you both live long enough to collect it.
Yes, thank you, Sheriff. That will do.
A sad but happy ending to a touching and beautiful play. Now that we've wept, where is she?
My attendant will have Marion Harper released into your royal custody, Your Highness. Hilton?
Yes, my lord.
Have Marion Harper released into Her Majesty's royal custody?
Oh, aye, my lord. This way, Your Majesty.
Played that a bit thick, don't you think? Not that I'm a critic of these sort of things.
Just once do you think you could shine the torch of your knowledge in my direction so that we don't tread on each other's toes in the darkness of my ignorance?
Now you're being melodramatic.
I'm being melodramatic? What about your how dare you in front of the Queen?
The Queen and I have an agreement concerning Marion Harper.
Oh, but did you think to tell me? No!
It didn't concern you.
As it turns out, it did!
Do you want your bride to be
taller than you at your wedding? Good. Now I'm just dying to meet this Robin Hood, and I want you to be in your usual high spirits.
Have Robin Hood brought in?
Don't you think having an execution at the wedding is just a trifle morbid? No? Well, it's your happy occasion. Tell me, how is he as a prisoner?
How is he as a prisoner? Well, let's see. Every day we have tea at 4, and then after that, a game of chess. How should I know how he is as a prisoner? I'm not the bloody jailer.
You could be. You know what I'm talking about, Lord Sheriff? Have you broken his spirit?
I shall. He is just a man.
He is a commoner. Commoners lead hard lives. They're used to mistreatment. I fear it is becoming so every day to them, they may build an immunity to it. We may be turning them into supermen.
On your now, poor king. Robin Hood, my lords.
Well, he doesn't look like a bandit chief.
Now he's the chief of the rats. Except they don't pay him much mind. I was about to give him his daily lashings.
That honor will have to wait for later.
Later? You can't just rearrange my day like that. You'll throw off my entire schedule.
Pathetic fool. That's right, make it harder on yourself. This, my annoying little pest, is King John.
This annoying little pest is King John. How does His Majesty allow a mere servant to address him so?
Get back on your face, dog!
Had a good breakfast, did he?
If that tongue were removed, it wouldn't be so quick.
Maybe you'd be able to keep up with him then.
Ha! Well said, my lord.
Oh, your highness, look at what he's trying to do. Turn the two of us against each other.
What utter nonsense.
Why, he's making a fool of your majesty.
You're the one who's falling to pieces.
I am?
Yes. Look at you, raising your voice, turning red as a beet.
Well, so are you. So are you.
Aye! You're a clever fellow, aren't you? Maybe I was wrong. Perhaps it is a good idea to have an execution at the wedding. I think I'd rather enjoy that.
Look, when you think about it, need we be so gloomy, lads?
Ellen's to marry the sheriff tomorrow.
Aye. But we'll find a way out of that.
Much is dead.
Aye. But we must press on.
Will is dead.
Well, aye, I know, but...
Robin and Mary are not to be executed tomorrow.
Aye. Aye, that's true.
And King John will ruin all England with his war against France.
Aye. When you put it that way.
Marion!
How did you escape, dear lady?
I know some people.
Oh, aye, a queen. That usually helps.
Unfortunately, all Robin knows is a bunch of ragged, uncouth, ill-mannered hobgoblins who run around in the woods. I'm including myself, of course.
Of course.
We must act quickly if we're to have Robin and Ellen Delwood.
Aye, we must.
But how?
You bag of oats. It's simple, mind you. We come up with a plan.
Aye, that's it. A plan. A plan. What's the What's the plan?
I'm waiting. Don't exactly hear the twang of bowstrings. Because if no one shoots, I've got a few arrows in the quiver.
What's she talking about?
I think she means she's got an idea. Although why she couldn't just say that.
We'd be glad if you did, my lady. You see, Robin was always good at that sort of thing, coming up with plans and such.
Gladly, Tuck. Well, I have learned the layout of the sheriff's castle. I think we can free Robin under the sheriff's very nose.
And Ellen?
That will be the second step.
Eat all you want, courtesy of your Lord High Sheriff. That's the way. Look at those healthy appetites. They would have fought for you. Now they'll die for you.
I will never understand your logic.
I fear that may be so.
May it be that you go too far in this, or do my very eyes deceive me? Common soldiers like ruffians eating at the same table as I. Men of ill manner, quite like savage beasts. I swear one of them tried to rub his shoulder against mine. A bishop, mind you. Don't you have a trough or something? Some sort of wallow? Perhaps I should join the pigs. I think they're more refined than the foresters. Why, they don't even know I'm holy.
Who? The pigs?
Not the pigs.
My Lord Bishop, right now there are more important matters to discuss than table manners. The Queen is procuring the support of the barons. Very soon we shall embark on a great adventure, and I'm going to need both of you behind me.
I'm not going to war, am I? I don't travel well, and I fare poorly in battle. We have priests who do that sort of thing.
Quiet, you ninny, he's not talking about that. Monetary support, am I right, Your Highness?
Exactly, my Lord Baron.
I'm absolutely famished. Will you join me in a bite to eat, my dear?
I think not. Perhaps later I'll be of stronger appetite. Of course.
Where are your 3 monks? Why are they not here yet?
They'll be here. They're nauseatingly dependable. I can see no other reason to have monks at a social gathering except to perform a ceremony. Have you ever feasted with them? Very dull fellows, absolutely no sense of humor.
Well, you look quite fine, Maid Marian. A far cry from the woods of Sherwood, isn't it? There's really little one can appreciate about the hard life.
Yes, luxurious surroundings are a comfort. I couldn't go without for long.
Thus, your return to the courts and castles, despite the fact you're in love with my cousin.
In love? Dear Prioress, a mere trifle. But then, what could you know of such things? I made good use of this outlaw, just as you did.
Shouldn't we have the bride brought in? Is her father here to present her?
No.
No.
No!
Why not, might I ask?
Because I don't need him, that's why. Don't you understand? He's not giving her away. I'm taking her. I'm taking her?
Well, who's going to present her? Someone must present her.
I told you already, you are. Now go and fetch her!
I love weddings, don't you?
Terribly romantic.
May I present 3 holy brothers of the Abbey of the Fountain Dale,
Yes, yes, bid them approach.
This way, please.
Thank you. Bless you.
My bride will be along shortly. Will someone please tell the foresters to stop eating? Now, which one of you will perform the ceremony?
I am he, my lord, and these are my retainers.
Very well. Well, why don't you prepare or something?
Prepare, my lord?
Yes, something holy. Don't you have a book or something?
I need no book, my lord. I memorized the ceremony many years ago.
Yes, about 100, I'd wager. Where is my bride?
We're coming. You'll ruin the splendor if you keep yelling.
Lovely, isn't she? Like a deer caught in a torchlight.
This is my lovely bride.
I see, she's well jeweled, but... This gown makes her look whiter than a moat. Have you ever missed a banquet, my dear?
That is my Lord Bishop.
Where did the abbot find you? In a catacomb?
This is my lovely bride.
Yes. But I do perceive lilies in her cheeks instead of blushing roses.
Is he a monk or a florist?
Is this a bunny bride? Is this a bunny bride?
Quiet, you doddering fool! Perform the ceremony!
This is not a bunny bride at all. Oh, no.
I think this fellow had some ceremony before he came here.
Does this woman truly love you, my lord sheriff? Now, tell the truth now. A monk knows when you're lying.
Hold that insolent tongue, or I will cut it in two.
But what if I don't want to hold your tongue? Now, do you really want to marry this greasy toad?
As a matter of fact, no, Your Grace.
Good. I now pronounce you unmarried.
You say yes this instant, or I will carve you up.
Ha! Why don't you try me instead, my lord sheriff?
Robin Hood!
Right again! Ha ha ha! Yeah! Ha ha!
Now, my little thief.
It was meant to come down to this, Robin Hood. The best with the best.
Ha! You flatter yourself, my lord.
There's the spirit. Already I sense in you a finer opponent than Master Will Gamwell.
Ah, but less a man it was that beat him.
Clearly, the fellow was out of his league.
If it's your league, you mean, you'd be grateful for that.
Well then, you also should be grateful, since you also are exempt.
Come, Lord Sheriff, I want his head.
Citizen Robin!
Come on, Robin! Come on, Robin!
Come on, Robin!
Come on, Sheriff. Put him to pieces.
Sheriff, your taxing days are over.
Don't think so!
I present His Majesty, King John.
Well, what's it to be then? A double beheading? A double drawn quarter? See that? Dividing into 8? I would put it at how many parts?
You wouldn't dare.
Don't dare them! That's all they need, a challenge!
See here, Mother dear. Talk some sense into them, won't you?
You're right, John. I suppose I should. A drawn quarter is really too involved. Why not just behead them?
That's talking sense! Don't ask her for any more help, please!
Robin Hood! I grant you and your men full pardon!
Well, what do you say to that?
Then we can live as others.
No more outlaw.
No one to keep an eye on the likes of them.
No one to balance the books and see to the poor.
Well, you know, that doesn't sound too good, Your Majesty. I just don't think we're worthy of pardons.
See here, there must be some agreement we can make.
Cut taxes by 3/4.
Never!
Never!
That would be absurd!
Be absurd! For goodness sakes, be absurd!
Anything!
Too late!
My goodness, I'm still alive! I'm still alive! That must mean that my head is still alive! Oh, I'm just ahead!
Hereford!
I've heard of this happening, like a chicken. Oh! The embarrassment!
Hereford, shut up! We're not dead!
Your head is still alive, too! But we're just living heads, gabbling on, talking in the dirt for all eternity. It's our punishment.
The sheriff was right. You are a ninny.
Tuck, show him the place to sign. 3/4 it is.
I'll see to it that my goodly, stout-hearted son keeps his word.
Thank you, Your Majesty. And now, since we're all so hungry and thirsty after all that fighting, I suggest we make use of Nottingham Castle for a while.
Yeah!
What a lovely couple. Mother, if I pay for the wedding, will you let me conquer France?